What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be working on fixing the sound on the Sega Genesis. I'm your host JD. Welcome back to the channel, and this is a two-part series. This part is going to be working on opening up the Genesis and actually demodding the work I did with the Genesis and actually fixing the sound in the second part. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. Hit that like button, subscribe, share the video with people that you feel that might enjoy this content. I really enjoy playing the Sega Genesis right now. This is the Model 1 Genesis. There's a little modification on the back. I actually did this myself. Turns on, it plays games very well. It looks fantastic. I love the quality. In fact, you should check some of my recent videos of me playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1. The video quality in there is pretty nice. The only issue I have with this particular Model 1 is the sound. It will pick up one side but not the other. The problem with this Genesis is that the capacitors in the sound function of the Genesis is going bad, so the capacitors need to be replaced. I'm going to be demodding my Sega Genesis by opening it back up again, getting my soldering iron back out, undo the work I did, and we'll go from there. So again, I'll leave a link in the description down below if you are interested in doing the mod like this. My only criticism of the mod I ended up doing with this was that you're taking sound directly from the chip doing it this way, and it's not amplified. It's gonna sound real quiet. Still good, just quiet. Enough talk, let's just get started with taking the Genesis apart. I am not responsible if you want to do something like this, and if you end up breaking your Genesis, I am not responsible. So no going into this. So I'm telling you now, you have been forewarned. Do this at your own risk. I'm not responsible. Let's get some work done. After you take off all 6 screws, flip her over, slowly pull this up. Gotta be careful because this power button right here, it has a wire between this top of the case to where the motherboard sits, and it's connected to one wire. So you gotta be very careful as you take this open. Remove all these Phillips screws. We should have all the screws taken out. This should come right off easily. Just take that off and set it to the side. 3.5mm jack, that should be able to come right off. And yes, there are still screws connected to the bottom of the case. Actually, I think the cartridge is part of the chassis, so we're gonna go ahead and unscrew that as well. This should come right out now. Wonder what is in the way right now. Yeah. Loop my modification out from the back of the chassis. I'm going to go ahead and remove the bottom chassis, get that out of the way. As you can see right here, this is my work. I put electrical tape on top, but we're going to go ahead and peel that out so you can see my work. You have your left channel and you have your right channel. There's the power, and then on the top is the ground. We're going to get that soldering iron ready, and we're going to go ahead and attempt to desolder this wire out, and we should be good to go. So we've got my soldering iron. Okay, that's good. Next, there we go. All right, one more to go, and got it. Alright, so from the looks of it, nothing's bridging, everything's still intact. So there's nothing to it really, but to just put it back together. Whoever purchased this Genesis before me, unfortunately didn't take very good care of it, which probably could also be contributing to the sound issue that I'm having on the Genesis. We're gonna go ahead and put things back together the way we had it. Put things back in their slot. Got your 3.5mm jack back in place. Power adapter port back in place where it's seated. Everything's back in this place. We got 2 screws, one in each side of the cartridge slot. Our shield back in place. There we go. There we go. Oh, cool, that one goes right in. Yep, that one goes perfectly. Things back in place. Make sure that your volume lever is matched up with your volume slider that's here on the bottom. It slides right back in with no issue. Then we screw the 6 screws back into place. I'm gonna test it, make sure that the sound's still good. Hopefully I didn't break it. So as you can see on the graph on the camera, you'll see that the left channel is normal, but then the right channel on the bottom is lower. And as a result, you get bad audio quality. The left channel is fine, but then the right channel is trash. One way, like for example, Sonic the Hedgehog, the rings are tied to the left and right channel. So for every ring you collect, one ring will go on the left channel, one ring will hit on the right channel. I'm also recording the footage so you can actually see and hear what I'm hearing. The solution from the research I have compiled is just not run into lava, but is to purchase a capacitor kit while not killing yourself in the process multiple times. Get a capacitor kit, then resolder with the new capacitors. Hopefully that will solve the problem. If it doesn't, we have a backup plan. So again, thank you so much for those of you who watched the entire video. Really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful day.